The practical still. It's not even 2:30 yet. It says right there, waiting for the practical still.
But YouTube's clock is wrong.
In YouTube Landia, it is 2:30.
I'm right, and the alphabet empire is wrong.
Oh, man.
Happy Friday, Dan.
Happy Friday, Mark. We're shirt buddies today.
We are?
Yeah.
Slow down the fast ride. Go read about Rebuild Mark. Oh, and Big Dave. Dan did a podcast with this guy that travels the world hugging people. It's awesome.
Yeah, do it.
Go listen to that.
Eric said a thing. Hold on. I sent Mark a BRT sample for you. It was the one you didn't have. Don't recall which.
Oh, well, there you go.
With BRT.
It's apropos to what we're drinking today. Right, Eric? Apropos to what we're drinking today?
Let's do it. Let's drink today.
Weeded bourbon. Little house divided action here at the Practical Still. Dan doesn't hate it. Not his jam. I have the one that you do tend to like.
Yeah.
A little OWA.
I haven't had it in a long time either.
Well, we're going to have some today.
All
and
right.
I had to choose whether to open one of the gold top bottles or the old screw tops. So obviously I chose the old screw top.
The old screw top. There's a joke there, but it's Friday, man. I got nothing.
But I thought it'd be fun to get into some weeded bourbon. Also have a very nice one that we need to open, which made me think about the whole practical angle and how we tend to be opening these expensive bottles that people may view as not practical. I think it is practical. So from the first practical bullet point, I pay retail for these things. I don't stretch for them. I let the relationship with the local store do that hard work.
Yep.
That's more practical than paying double, triple, quadruple, 10 times retail. And the second practical point is we drink them.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's my favorite practical part.
I think it's all the practical we need.
Mm-hmm.
I also had other weeded bourbons. So we already talked about an OWA. I brought the last little bit of my birthday bottle that you bought me last September.
Oh, do you still have the Poor Man's Pappy? Oh,
I do.
You should have brought the Poor Man's Pappy. Oh.
Didn't think to bring it. And I had the first edition release of the Larceny Barrel Proof A120.
I'm like a Vanna White today. This is nice.
It's you missed a calling. And luckily we've given you a second chance.
I am leggy. Yeah. Anyway.
Stop. So that's what we're going to try and drink. Well, no, excuse me. Let me rephrase that. That's what we're going to drink. We're going to try those out.
All right.
So we were talking about where to start. We always struggle with that. And I think we landed on the best answer ever today. We're going to start with the high dollar bottle and end with the high dollar bottle. Because how do you know when's the best time for it on the palate? This is probably the first Friday that I can remember that we have not had pre-drinks. So we have, other than the pretzels we've been eating, we have fresh palates.
Everything's tasting notes of pretzel, salt, sourdough.
So this is the old Fitzgerald.
All right.
17, which I have to look at the front of the label to remember. I think it's spring 2022, I think. Spring 2022.
Wait. Fall 2000. Well,
that's the fall season.
It was made, yeah, fall 2004.
So that's what that is.
This is a nice topper.
I paid $190. This was my allocation pick. I was a little disappointed, but, given the caliber of folks in this little program.
Yeah. We're small fries.
I was pretty excited. And I really have always wanted a William LaRue Weller. And here's a high-age weeded bourbon.
It smells good.
It does smell good.
All right, pour can.
Kind of the...
this has one of those lippy...
It's a terrible bottle for pouring.
I hate that.
The topper's beautiful, but the cork's, it's fat at the bottom and not at the top, and it's really hard to get in and out of the bottle.
I think I might have just done the perfect pour for both of us.
How about that?
Damn, I'm good.
Nice.
All right. So for a weeded bourbon, it actually is pretty dark.
Well, it's 17 years old.
Yeah.
It's been a long, many nights, many seasons in the barrel.
Yeah. 17 years old. It's moody. It's cranky.
Oh, please don't make me go back there. Paid $190 for that.
Nice nose.
It is luscious. That's the leftovers.
That's the pretzel.
Leftover pretzels. That's different. It's rich.
See, the reason I don't love weeded bourbons is because to me it feels kind of lightweight as a mouthfeel and as a finish. This goes on and on.
Yeah.
It's got a lot going on.
A lot of oak, a lot of sweet oak in there.
Yeah, but it's This as weeded whiskeys go, I certainly like this one, but I don't know if I like it $190.
I don't know. I'm gonna say no at first. I had the 8-year. It was a year or two before. It was pretty good. I would put the 8-year, which I paid $80 for, kind of in the same class as OWA. When it sits there, it's just
pleasant though.
Yeah, it is. It's nice. Almonds and
Well,
nutty.
see, you think about this next to the single rick house, which was big and explosive, and like you know, your eyes get big. This is not that kind of experience.
It's not, I think you're right. It's the wheat.
Yeah,
subbing for the rye
mellows it out quite a lot, but it is really. I mean, weeded whiskeys really do nothing for me, but this is really quite good.
Yeah. I don't think it's a $109 bottle for me.
I don't think so either. Unfortunately, it was not a $190 bottle for me. For $3, I think this is wonderful.
That's really good.
It is. I do think I need a baseline of wheat because this might stand out more if I'm comparing it to something else. Especially something like this, which I guess, well, the only one of these that you can just get is this, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe that's our best comparison, but it's also 23.2 proof points higher.
Yes, but it's $50.
Yeah,
or I think I don't know what they were lately. I paid $50 for those when they first came out.
I like the nose.
Kathy's with you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of, there's no wow to it, I guess, you know. I don't know.
Well, I like to think it's sophistication, which would explain why it escapes you.
That's fair.
Said the guy from Alabama.
I think there's a lot of reasons it escapes me. Sophistication is only one of those many things. It'd be interesting to taste this at the end. Mm-hmm. Is it my dunk glass? Or yours?
It's mine because last week, instead of taking a video in my drunken state, I just took a picture and moved the phone around.
Excellent.
Well, I guess you could have a second.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Today's not my day for the dump glass.
I don't know, man. That's really good.
It is.
And I am quite the weeded bourbon fan. That's really good.
I would not pay $190 for this though.
My price limit is
crawling up.
It's crawling up.
So for me,
we also know that I did pay $190 for it.
Yeah. Well, so you're already committed. If I'm the kind of person who's not into weeded whiskeys but want a really good one, this is good. I would say I wouldn't pay more than $100 for it.
Well, we'll hold there until we drink some more of it.
All right. And I probably wouldn't even pay $100 for it, just because I'm not really that wild about having weeded on my shelf.
Well, we do know if you get a chance at one of these at 100, you're going to buy it, if only momentarily with your own money. Before I know
the rules. I know the rules.
Right. Okay. Well,
should we go high blast 123 proof, or should we start?
I think since we started at 100, let's loop back around.
Okay.
Let's just go OWA. That's the closest in proof. When I drank the 8-year-old Old Fitz, it was the closest.
Clam cam.
I thought it was pretty much on par. This is significantly better than the 8-year-old.
Yeah. Does it make you want to buy a vowel? Anybody? Okay. All right. OWA. Crinkle, crinkle.
Old screw top too.
Yeah. I'm gonna need El Cam de Poro.
Now I paid $28 for that bottle a long time ago.
Yeah.
Well, a few years ago.
I've only owned one OWA bottle, and I didn't even open it. I traded it for something else. I am my pour game's on today.
Well, probably you're just getting ready. I did hear from Aaron at Last Cut Crystal, and he promises he will finish our fancy show glasses by the end of the month. So we're going to have little baby Glenn Dan pour glasses for you to pour out of.
Things are going to take a turn.
Or pour into.
Things are going to take a turn here on Fridays.
I think at least for a week or two we'll be drinking these massive pours every time.
There's just no nose compared to that.
The finish is still just
still
hang it in there for that. Wow. That's usually one of my favorite pours.
Tastes like nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing.
I mean, there's flavor there, but there's nothing of the mouthfeel.
No.
It's 7 proof points higher, but significantly proofier.
Yeah. I did get like a little bit of candied cinnamon on the back end.
It's good. It's settling in now.
Yeah.
It's just the richness of that. Wow. Crazy different.
I mean, that definitely makes that stand out quite a lot.
Now, given that back in the day I paid 23 or 28 for those, and then they changed the MSRP. I paid 60 for 3 of the gold tops 2 or 3 years ago. The regular OWA will bring 80 or 100. If you're 100 there,
I wouldn't. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm out at 30 on that.
yeah, I've paid 60 for those 3 just because there was a time where it looked like that was it. We'd never get any more.
Yeah, I mean, and you know me. I've always struggled with Weller in general. I liked this when we had it on your birthday, so I'm curious to see.
Yeah, but that was because it was my birthday.
It was your birthday.
It's birthday effect.
The birthday effect was mine's coming up, by the way.
We've had one of those journeyman whiskeys that he's talking about, and we thought it was okay.
Yeah, we didn't have the Corset Swifton whiskey, which they did have down at Spirits, Wine, and Provisions, but I didn't buy it because we had the other journeyman. And we just were not.
I'm getting to that point where I just I want to figure out a way to support true small craft distillers, but it's hard because you try all these things and they're disappointing. It's expensive, and there's all this other whiskey I just know I'm going to like.
Yeah, well, disappointing and expensive, but you still hang out with me.
I don't have anything to say to that. I don't find you disappointing.
Oh, okay.
It's expensive.
I am adequate. Well, yeah, this really just disappears compared to that.
Second set's better as it washes that away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's still. This has the typical thing that I don't like about wheated whiskeys, which is that there's no big wow to it. It's a very subtle thing. And I'm not sure I really enjoy the subtle thing that it's presenting to me.
Yeah.
So
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
A little bit for the dump glass since you have not been charitable. All right.
I say we back up for the direct comparison to Weller 12.
All right.
I should have rinsed before.
Whilst we are rinsing, what are you all drinking? Are you guys drinking? Are you sipping weeded? Because I know Kathy, you're on the road, but you don't love weeded just like me. Curious what you all think. Are you guys sipping on weeded whiskeys today like we are, or do you have something else in your glass? Let us know. All right, Weller 12. We got this from Mark's birthday, which was in the month of September. And we did do the poor man's pappy, which you should tell them what that is if they don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember the percent. I think it's 60% OWA and 40% Weller 12.
Yep.
It was underwhelming that day, but it sat in the bottle for a while, and I've had some since. It's quite tasty. I think it's better than either of the two components separately.
And I think this is the 1 liter, or the is this a liter? What is this? Yeah, 1 liter. I paid.
It's my birthday.
Oh yeah, I paid dollars. I can't tell you, but I did not pay.
You paid regular price.
Yes, I did not pay secondary nonsense prices. So it's worth noting too that both of these have more of a wheat color to it too.
Yeah, much lighter. And there's 12 and 5 years difference.
This had like a funky fart kind of smell.
Oh yeah. So.
Did you fart in the bottle? What? I don't like how you said, "Oh yeah, so."
We're going in the wrong direction.
We are. That's even nothinger.
Anthony's. Oh, Eric's getting. He's flexing on us. He's going to pour some Weller Full Proof.
Oh,
Store pick.
excuse me. And then Anthony's got what? Macallan 12.
He's going to switch to some Old Elk.
Oh, I've got it right here. I don't really need to.
You don't look over my shoulder.
I'll just peer over here. Invade your space.
I like this, but it's definitely going in the wrong direction from a mouthfeel flavor standpoint.
What is going on with that nose?
It shouldn't be watered down that much. I'm telling you, I'm not so sure that Special Reserve store pick isn't as good as that.
I'm sure if we had a Special Reserve next to it, you'd be singing a different tune.
I don't know. I only had a dozen or so of those at the house I could have brought. But
yeah.
I didn't.
These are doing nothing for me.
No. I stand by OWA. OWA is something I love. I'll drink it all the time.
Yeah.
This, I like the flavor of it, but it just shouldn't be 90 proof.
No, definitely not.
Kathy could use a pour now. She's stuck in traffic.
Where are you going, Kathy?
Are you on I-70 going over the...
Larry's sipping Old Fitz 80 right now.
There you go. I bought some of that.
He's got Leaper's Fork bottled in bond next.
Mm-hmm. I bought some of the Old Fitz 80 proof. I hadn't opened it yet.
This is a very disappointing day for me so far. Nope.
I'm going to give you some of that.
Yeah.
Or me or whoever's drinking it. Okay, so we started on high, Heaven Hill. We went Weller. We went backwards. We're going back to Heaven Hill. Same mash bill. Starts life the same way at Larceny, but at barrel proof and not age stated. Dan's not happy. If he was my kid, I'd tell him he didn't have to make all those damn faces. If you didn't like it, just shut up. I may have not told my kid to shut up.
But you can tell me to shut up. What's next? Larceny.
Larceny barrel proof.
So we're back to Heaven Hill. Heaven Hill. But this is much higher proof. And, weeded whiskeys, proof, in my mind anyway, usually this isn't the case, but higher proof can help a little bit. Because I think
a little extra proof helps for sure.
It fattens up the flavor a little bit.
Yeah, now I will, back in the day when I could just buy Special Reserve all day long, it was one of my favorite old-fashioned whiskeys. I like a 90 proof whiskey for my old-fashions.
Ooh, you're on pour can. Wow, you are on the ball today.
Not missed one yet.
Excellent. Your producer creds are going up.
Thank you.
Man, I am on
your
point.
Your pork creds are. I don't know what's going on with you.
I'm on point today. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So this has that same kind of weeded color, but there is a little bit more dark. It's a little darker. It's not
darker.
this. It's not this.
It's darker than the two Wellers. Yeah. I don't know how old that is. I'm gonna guess 7 or 8 years old, 6, 7, 8 years old. But it's not age.
It's not age stated, right?
I don't think.
No.
No hint.
You can definitely smell the oak on the nose.
Eric sees the Leaper's Fork bottled in bond. Eric, I bought at the distillery. I bought the bottled in bond bourbon and the Tennessee whiskey. We both like the Tennessee whiskey better. It was really good, and it's got rye. That bourbon's a weeded. Mm-hmm. I like it okay. I don't like it $80.
Yeah. I like
the Tennessee whiskey. I thought was fair at 80.
I like this Larceny better than both of the Wellers.
Yeah, Eric. If you want to hold off, one of the reasons you know why we opened that because I owe you a couple. I'll make sure you get some of that Leaper's Fork.
So the nose is bigger. The taste is fatter. I mean, there's definitely more oak on it. I'd buy that over both of those Wellers.
At $50? Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't drink 123 proof.
Not at all.
It's got a little sprinkle to it, but
well, like I said, I mean, you get that wheat subtleness, and then you add some proof.
That's delicious.
Yeah, it really punches, right?
I hate that I waited however many years to open that.
This is good.
Yeah.
This is my favorite of these three for sure.
Boy, did we pick the right order today. Because now we have a showdown between the Heaven Hills.
The heavyweights, Larceny. Bam! Old Fitz.
If only we had Eric's full proof, we'd have 125 proof to lay up against.
Yeah.
The only time I had full proof was the ill-fated where I was helping a distillery record a podcast, and in the middle of it, an old Rip 10, a Weller full proof, and 6 or 7 other gallons of really nice whiskey broke out, and we never actually got to use that footage.
This is never not funny to me, by the way.
It wasn't funny to me either. It was the first time in 30 years I've been drunk. It was bad.
Well, Larceny, this is punching above its price for sure.
100%. I'm gonna buy some more of that.
Yeah, and I think it's got that weeded characteristic, but there's just more going on. These are really subtle, and I think if you're sophisticated like Mark, the Wellers maybe has something going
If
for
you're
you.
sophisticated, fella, like
Sophistications.
Fornication. That didn't take long.
Go back in the garage.
This is delicious.
It is. This is my favorite so far. And well,
I'm very, very curious to how that stacks up.
Yeah.
I may need another glass so I can do those.
I think that's
together.
we should do these side by side. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Go to the glassery. There should be 2 small. Oh no, there's 1 small one.
And the small one. You can have both the small ones.
All right, I'll get both the small ones. You get the big one and the small one. You okay over there?
I don't know. I'm more concerned about keeping my streak going with the pour can.
Kabloop. All right, so more Old Fitz with the really.
Sure you keep them separate.
Yeah.
You're gonna need a little more of that for nosing.
Yeah.
I'll just.
Why don't you pour yours?
I'll just pour me up over here. Let me turn that off.
I really don't like pouring that bottle though. It is very awkward.
It's a terrible bottle.
Yeah.
I gotta say. Although this one's a little better than the 8-year-old.
All right, Titans. Whoa. You get a little Danitis today.
Have we been drinking?
No. It's only weeded whiskey. Come on, it's barely even drinking. All right.
Every time I do that, I love doing it, but then I think I gotta drive home. I don't think the cop should be that close to me.
Ooh, wow. Okay, this is fun.
You'd think there'd be more family resemblance.
They're totally different. They're both good, but this is a totally different nose.
Yes, the oak. That's sweet oaks all over.
Yeah.
That is sweet.
This has more of the alcohol.
Like there's more of the grain left in there. This is much more barrel dominant,
which should make sense given it's 17 years old.
That's just delightful.
Mm. 190.
You can get damn near 4 of those.
I'm going Larceny, man. I mean, I get why this is the better whiskey, but I don't want to pay 190 for that like gentle experience, I guess.
I think I'm with you. Whiskey for whiskey, if money doesn't matter and we're just backing up trucks full of $100 bills, I'll buy that, but I'm also going to buy some of that.
Yeah.
That's delicious.
And we've talked about this before. I mean, there seems to be a point of diminishing returns with age, right? Like,
yeah, I don't think that's here though.
No?
I think it's very oaky. Yeah, and I don't like the dry oak. If it was dry oak, I'd be a problem. This is very, very sweet oak. Mm-hmm. It's definitely barrel dominant. That's the predominant. It's barrel with a bunch of dark stone fruits like plums or something. Mm-hmm. But it's wholly enjoyable. There's nothing that tells me it's been in the barrel too long. But this is really good. Yeah. And I'm wondering how much of that is proof. I'm also wondering which one's which now. Oh, this is
Old Fitz.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're watering now. Oh yeah, I might do that too. Actually, that's a good
I want
idea.
to see. I think I put too much water in.
Common problem. All right, because I do think, you know.
There, I poured some on the table. Will that help?
Because pound for pound, I think the flavors in this are excellent.
They're phenomenal.
You get more heat with this, which I think,
but not a lot.
no, and it doesn't drink hot like you said. I think it just carries the flavor better. I don't know.
It is very flavorful. It's better without the water.
The water brings up more of the ethanol.
Yeah, it's a little proofier and kind of peppery, oddly enough.
Yeah, better without the water.
This is definitely a better pour, but I don't know if I could do it again versus getting. Of course, these are batch releases, so nothing saying the rest of them aren't this good or the rest of them aren't better.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that is the word, that some of the more recent releases are even better. Which is what the whiskey geeks who didn't get one of those always say.
C. Stag Junior. With water, actually, I don't like it as much.
I don't either. I don't think it changes the heat profile at all.
No.
But it mutes the sweeter flavors and kind of makes it a little bitter.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, too. I wonder if is that a sign that it's a less refined whiskey, or is that just happenstance?
I don't know. Water affects whiskey very differently. So
Yeah.
that's why I always play with it and try it.
All right, so now I want to go back to the old Fitzgerald.
This is sublime. I'm rapidly approaching the point where if I get a chance at any of those, I'll always buy them.
Not me.
Yeah.
No, I'm out. I'm out at 100.
How about if I get a chance at and buy them, you'll help me drink them?
Absolutely. I think I am solidly out at 100 on this, which means I will never get one.
I'm way past 100.
Yeah, because earlier you weren't.
I wasn't. At first blush, I was like, eh. But then you put it. This is why we do this, right? Excuse me. Sorry, buddy. You put it up against something that I love to drink.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy smoke, that's miles apart. And then something else that I like to drink, further apart.
These don't even rank to me.
Today's no. No.
I mean, these don't even rank.
In fact, if you're pining for an OWA and you can't get it, stop. Go get one of these.
It's better. It's better.
Remember, if we traverse history, back to Pappy.
Yeah.
Pappy sold Old Fitz. Who knows? There's all sorts of rumors about what happened to the recipes and such. But it was the weeded bourbon Pappy sold. His grandson started the Weller bit. That's Buffalo Trace. This Larceny got sold to Heaven Hill. But those are the two weeded bourbon lines that go back to Pappy. So I'm gonna tell you, I have not bought a bottle of OWA in years because of the price. I don't see why I would. I just buy these because I see these all the time.
This is better.
Yeah.
This solidly puts me in like an Italian vineyard. I mean, it's just really classy.
It is. It's got the you go.
And it's got some fruity flavors that are really interesting, like
like a good olive oil.
Yeah. It is. We talk about refined. This is refined. I mean, that is just a very classy whiskey.
That's a very well done old bourbon.
It is. It is.
Perhaps I might say one of the better I've had.
Just if I was more of a weeded fan, I think I would like it.
So what if we stack up this guy, the single rick house?
Yeah. Oh, I have some single rick house, by the way.
What if we did that?
What if?
What if?
If only.
If only.
All right. Well, let me get rid of that's the Larceny. Chill out. It's okay. All right, let me get the single rick house because this I have not gone back to, and it was phenomenal. Because it's in the garage, it's refrigerated. All right. So this is Old Fitz. I'm gonna put this over here.
I'm buying all these I get my hands on.
Boy, that was quite a change from the beginning of the episode.
All these I get my hands. I'm buying every one of them.
What? You're so easy. You're so easily swayed. You're a sucker.
All of them.
All right.
With monies, I'm buying all of them.
So $250 for the single rick house, Russell single rick house, and we tasted this. I thought this was better than the first batch of Russell's 13.
I did too, and we were both taken with it.
Yes.
I have been back to it. You have not, because your sample's untouched. I have been back to it. It is very good. It's not 250 good, I think. You can't trust me when I'm drinking alone.
I don't trust you. I don't believe you.
You don't trust me ever.
You just went from 190 to 0 back up to 190 on this.
I am a scientist, Dan.
Yeah.
The data changed. I adjusted my opinion accordingly per science.
Give me your opinion glass over here. I think your mom is here, by the way.
Mom? Mom's here?
I think
Mom! My mom's here. Everybody, Flo. That Flo in the comments, that's my mom.
Hi, Flo.
Hey, Mom.
All right. Yeah, I am spot on today.
Dan's
I'm
pouring.
knocking it out of the...
I think it's because my mom's watching.
I'll do it for you. All right. You even had pour cam on. You're on today, too.
Everybody's on point. We're
on our
all
game.
on point.
We're on our game. All right. Single rick house. So the price difference is $60.
God damn, that's good.
I'm actually, before I do that, I'm gonna have a little
I did
rinse.
too. I already rinsed. That's a nose right there. Larry.
Wow. That's every penny 250. Everything about it's better. Everything about it's bigger. Everything about it's more complex.
I don't know.
You're wrong, though, right? Because you know you're wrong.
I've been wrong.
It's okay to be wrong.
So many times. Now, my mom will now comment that I've never been wrong once in my life.
As you know, moms are like that. Although when my mom was here, there seemed to be a lot of stories going around about a lot of the things I did when I was younger that were not right.
My mom has those too. She just chooses not to share those.
I will say the nose stands up.
I'm not saying this is better than this.
I am, by a long shot.
I am saying this is.
In fact, this might.
Let me go ahead and say, since we all know what's going to happen, if I get a chance to buy another single rick house, probably buying it. I'm going to buy all of these. I'm going to buy all of these. I'm going to buy all of everything.
You're just world domination.
Buying it all.
Whiskey world domination.
Hopefully later, when I cool off a little bit, I won't buy anything.
Yeah. So what's your credit card number? Let's order some things.
I do know my credit card number.
All right. I know the Total Beverage or whatever website you want to go to. I think the Rick House blows it out of the water.
I do not agree. It is very good.
No, I mean the single Rick House.
Well, now I can't decide. I need just a little more.
Please, by all means, pour some of your whiskey.
That's really good.
I'm 100% Rick House.
I'm not.
Like I would actually bring my total back down to zero to take this money and buy this bottle. Well, the bigger version of this bottle.
If you give me $250 for that bottle, I'll make a bunch of them.
Let me do the
That's really
let me
good.
do your daughter's sniffing.
That's right. Mom supports me. I'm right.
Moms have to support you.
No, they don't.
Oh yeah, that's true. But ours do.
Yes.
The more you know. Happy early Mother's Day.
Natalie sniffs.
The Natalie sniff. Ooh, a little whistle.
That is very good.
I'm
But
team
you know
Rick
what,
House.
though? We were comparing it to the 13. They're just very different whiskeys, which is shocking considering they're the same mash bill. The 13 is more... It's more punchy in the face.
Yeah,
This is quite delicate.
it is. Oh, you mean the Rick House?
Yeah.
I don't think it's delicate. I mean, especially compared to this. This, I feel like I should be wearing a suit. You know.
You have a suit?
I do. It doesn't fit, but I'll wear
I
it.
was going to say, I got a suit. It doesn't even come close.
It's a crop top suit. It comes up to about here. You guys don't want to see it. Trust me. I think I get this. I understand this, but it is not my flavor profile. So for me, the Rick House just blows it out of the water. Not that I'm going to go spend $250 on a bottle right now.
That's really good.
It is really good.
That's really
And
good.
listen. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a super taster.
Dan's the Mariah Carey of whiskey. You're the Beyonce of whiskey.
Thank you.
A diva.
Thank you. I'm going to start wearing
It takes a lot of
dresses.
producers to make him seem smart.
How's my makeup today? Come on, super taster guy.
He's a super taster.
Yeah. No, I think I really do think it comes down to flavor profile. I think weed is just not my thing.
Yes, they're very different.
And especially if I can buy this for $50. Done. Absolutely done.
Okay, so how about we do that then? You get a chance to buy a single rickhouse at $250. There's a pile of these on the shelf. Or you can buy the next 5 that come out for about the same money.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Rickhouse.
Really?
Yes, because as good as this is, it's still, I mean, it is good as far as weeded whiskeys go.
But that's not your jam.
It's not my jam. So I would buy the single rickhouse because that I clearly know is my jam.
What about nearly 4 point something Russell's Reserve single barrels?
Ooh, that's a good call.
I have stumped him.
That's hard. That's a hard question. I mean, I'm gonna ponder that.
It's one,
Ponder that over some more rickhouse.
It might be helpful to have a sip of a Russell's Reserve single barrel.
It's inside.
Oh.
we have to leave the garage for that.
It's inside, and Dan's, I got a drink late at night when nobody knows I went out to the garage stash.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, I brought it in. Never mind. It's right here. I had it inside.
Don't trust Dan.
Never, ever trust him. It's right here.
Pour me a little snort there.
Can we? Would you be offended if I poured your 17-year-old whiskey?
Not at all.
All right.
Once it's out of the bottle, and this is a good lesson. The whiskey you love, you should share.
Oh, we don't.
If you're sharing it with less informed people, and they do things with it you don't approve of, once it leaves the bottle, you should not care about that. Let them do what they should do. Also did not need like 3 ounces.
It's the Dan pour time of the
He's very excited about our glasses that we're getting from Last Cut Crystal.
We've been, let's see, it's 3:07. We've been at it for 37 minutes. It's Dan pour time.
Dan pour time.
Dan pour time.
And by the way, if you choose to support Last Cut Crystal, that's very nice. Including the dump glass, will be available on Last Cut Crystal for everybody to purchase.
You should get it.
Which does us no good at all.
No.
It helps Anthony. He's building a small business, and you know how tough that is.
But you can do a Dan pour yourself.
And know exactly where that is.
For comedic value. By the way, I was thinking, the Practical Still logo, which looks like things that we don't want on our chest.
Penis.
Yeah, looks really good on a hat.
Does it?
I mocked it up.
How do you know that?
I mocked it up, and it looked really good.
We'll make some hats.
All right.
No trucker hats, though. I hate trucker hats.
What's wrong with my trucker hat? I drive a truck.
Trucker hats.
Good beanies. Ooh. If you're Canadian, it's a toque.
A toque.
All right. So, Russell's, this is the...
It's not a toque. It's a toque.
Toque.
With a K.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Toque.
I did not say toque.
I said toque. What are we drinking?
I lived in Maine. They would kick me out of Maine for that. All right. So, this is the Russell's single barrel.
Single barrel bourbon.
Yeah.
Which has significantly less in it than the last time I saw that bottle.
Yes.
Dan's been drinking.
I did what they call a job on it. All right.
Oh, look at... Oh, there's the new T-shirt. Dan Pours Rule.
This with a little splash of water.
It's a fine... by the way, yes, I do that. I will walk by the fridge after I pour that, hit the little water thing, or just a tiny splash. That's a fine glass of bourbon.
Ooh,
it's not even close. It's 100 miles away.
All right. I put a little splash of water. This Rickhouse, though, is just different.
You know, we've drifted from the weeded... We drifted from the weeded topic of the day. But before we turned the cameras on, I was telling Dan that I had this little epiphany that if I had to choose a spirit, I would choose bourbon. If I had to choose bourbon, I would choose Wild Turkey produced bourbon. If I had to choose Wild Turkey produced bourbon, I'd probably just drink Russell single barrels the rest of my life.
Keep talking so I can keep drinking.
They're pretty good.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. This with a splash of water closes the gap a little bit.
A bit, yeah.
Between.
I don't know. I didn't do it. Which one? Which one's got the? I think this is my.
You're on your own, man. I have no idea. I think that's the single rickhouse.
No.
Yeah, it is because I don't know. I don't know. What are you drinking? Blind Shelfie Throwdown.
No, that's the single barrel.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Putting
it is nice with a little splash of water.
It is, and it does close the gap between this and the single rickhouse.
And remember, some of those single barrels, store picks and club picks could be 10, 11, 12 years old.
Yeah. I still think the rickhouse, the single rickhouse, is leaps and bounds.
It changes. It goes from this raucous bourbon that has just got all the great flavors of an American whiskey that you want to this slightly refined, deeper, rich flavor that you can't replace age.
I don't. I mean, I don't think it's very complicated with the single barrel. It's basically adding the water, gets rid of some of the ethanol, and then it reveals some of the flavors, which is weird because when we did it, what did we water down? Was it this one? Or no, we this one. So when we watered that one down, it got peppery. It
got worse. Yeah.
Yeah, this you water it down and it gets rid of some of that ethanol flavor right up front. And it's just all those Russell's flavors that we
I'll
like.
bet you take that one, you pour it and leave it on the counter for half an hour and come back to it. It's just
going to be good.
Lovely.
But, it does close the gap between it and the single rickhouse.
Yeah.
I would still say, I still think the single rickhouse is overpriced.
It is overpriced, but I don't blame them for doing it. They want to make some of that money. But I'll also say that I think it's vastly different than the 13. I think it's incorrect to try and compare the two. That first Russell's 13 was a life-changing bourbon. I don't think the single rickhouse is a life-changing bourbon. It is something closer to what they did with the very first Master's Keep, where it was a 17-year-old bourbon. Mm-hmm. That I'd buy all day long, over and over again. So I think it's more in that vein of a whiskey where there's a refinement to it. But to me, in today's market, when you can walk into most stores and buy a single barrel, either a store pick or the factory release single barrel, Russell's, you can't beat that. And if you can't beat that and you want wheated bourbon, this is delicious. I'm going to say it. This is better than any Weller product I've had yet. Yeah, crazy.
I don't even know you anymore.
I'll hold that in reserve until I taste the foolproof that Eric sends, because the only time I had foolproof, I was already well underway.
I'd fall off my chair, but this concrete down here.
I like wheated bourbon, but this is the one you buy.
I'm still this single rickhouse is just something.
I'm not going home for like a half
tomorrow.
A day.
Yeah. I was going to say something really smart and insightful, but I don't remember what it is.
Yes. All the Russell single barrels are 110.
Yeah.
All the rye single barrels are, I think, 104. Mm-hmm. So whether it's a standard issue single barrel Russell's bourbon or a store pick, they're all the 110 proof.
Mm-hmm. It should also be noted
110 proof
that the standard Russell's Reserve 10-year is 90 proof, right? Is that right?
Well, yeah, the Russell's Reserve 10 years, 90 proof, but that's chill filtered. That is batch product. It's very different.
And it's real good.
It's very good. And here, we're very fortunate in Colorado. I can buy those for like $28 all day long.
Yep. That's
stacked up on the shelves, easy to get.
Listen, if you're an unemployed bum like myself, put all these aside and go get some of that.
Dan, you're unemployed. You're not
marginal.
A bum. You're not a bum.
Marginal.
Yeah.
Marginal.
We can also buy the 6-year-old Russell's Reserve Rye for $30 all day.
Yeah, I
don't like it a whole lot.
I don't either.
I'd rather have the 101 Rye for $25.
Yeah, I think I'm the same.
But we're pretty fortunate that
rye is different. Rye is a different beast.
It is. It's just, and we talked about that last Friday on Friday.
We should have done that. Well, all right, never mind. Shut up, Dan.
Right. Anyway, yes, they're all 110 proof. The Russell's Reserve single barrel bourbons.
I'm going to steal the rest of this. And
I have plenty more of that.
you have a whole bottle.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Whatever a bottle yields, that's plenty.
I would say if I was the kind of person to be taken by large purchases, which I am when I'm employed, I would choose the single rick house over this every single day. Every single day.
I'm not saying I wouldn't. But I'm not saying I would either.
I would love to have a camera rolling the day we walk into a store and the single rick house is sitting side by side.
I have a credit card and zero regret.
Yeah. You only live once and you live.
Because you know what happens? It turns out that, say we walk into a store, this or a 19, there's a 19-year-old version of that, and a single rick house is available at the same time. It turns out I can buy both of them.
We could play this game all day long. There's a William LaRue Weller right next to it at retail. Up next to both of them.
But I only get to pick one?
You only get to pick one.
I buy the William LaRue Weller because I never had it.
All right, I'm going to buy the other one.
That's fine. We'll drink them both. We win. Win-win. Let's win-win.
Cheers to that.
Cool. Okay, this has been great.
All right.
It's been very fun.
Get us out of here.
I'm so excited that my mom joined us today.
It was lovely. Thank you,
Mom, thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you haven't seen, long ago, if you search on our, there's a playlist, Open the Bottle. Mom and I opened a bottle of Glenmorangie La Santa together and drank it and shared tasting notes.
Yeah. We've had all our parents that are living on the show.
Correct.
And we did.
They've either been here in the garage or remote.
Yeah. And we did a tribute to your dad. I think we covered all parents.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we turned your dad on to wild turkey.
That's true. He bought some wild turkey rare breed, and it turns out when you're not drinking here in the garage, and you're not used to drinking whiskey, a high proof whiskey, pretty hot.
Little proofy for him?
Yeah. Turns out.
I'm sure Gus figured it out.
He's a smart guy.
Dan, this has been fun. I tell you what, we're going to work on that little tiny, pitiful tiny bit of dump glass.
Well, there it goes. There it goes.
It's a fine dump glass. And next week, no Friday Sip Slog. Dan's traveling for our other ventures. He's actually working where I'm not. And so I'm going to go ride my bike. Because if you've been following us on Rebuild Mark, I'm getting ready for a 200-mile gravel bike event. And last week, I rode 12 miles. That's not enough.
Ride more. Like, a lot more. Get on him about it. Send him text. Be annoying.
So I'm gonna go ride bikes next Friday. We'll see you the Friday after that.
Yeah. By the way, no, seriously, leave comments. Annoy the shit out of him to go ride his bike. sgfr.cc. You'll see all the posts. Please go make sure he rides his bike while I'm gone.
It all looks really good right now, but then on June 3rd, I'm gonna have to ride 200 miles. It's not gonna look as good.
And I'm gonna have to drink for 12 hours straight while you're out on the course.
You have to support me.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You will be there, right?
Yeah,
I
maybe
need you.
drinking for 12 hours. That's what I mean.
That's not right.
We may have to talk about this. All right, Mark's got it.
Mom's there for me.
Mom's there for you. I'm there for you. Let's get you rolling. But first,
let's drink some more.
Let's drink some more whiskey.
I'm gonna go home tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What do you got? You don't have anything.
I have this.
Cheers.
Oh, God. Take this home.